Welcome back. Now then, if I were to ask you where your stopcock is, would you know, Cat Deeley?
Well, I do now. I've done my research now, haven't I?
Stopcock.
You know what I'm trying to say.
As Lorraine Kelly said this morning, we had her at cock. We are now talking all things plumbing, aren't we?
We certainly are, because I didn't know on yesterday's show, but now we have somebody who officially can tell us all about it and avoid every plumbing disaster known to man.
Because they can be exceptionally expensive as well. Hattie Hasan is here along with us. She's been a plumber for more than 30 years. Hattie, I've recently had a plumbing disaster in our house.
Did you?
And it was something that got fixed, but then a trip came about and it took forever to sort out. It was an absolute nightmare. And I really don't know my way around any sort of plumbing. It's one of those things that I've never really learned about.
The thing is about the plumbing is, thanks for having me on, by the way.
Oh.
Pleasure.
The thing is about the plumbing is that it's all about having control.
Right.
So the best way to have control is to know where your stopcock is. I've got a stopcock here, actually. They basically look a bit like this. This is a naked tap.
Right.
Inside here, this is the one with clothes on. This is a naked one.
Okay.
And basically, what I would suggest to everybody is to turn the stopcock off.
Yeah.
And then turn it back on at least once every 6 months. And when you turn it back on, turn it fully on and then turn it back.
Okay, if you don't know where your stopcock is, though, where is it likely to be? Where should we be looking for
Right, okay. Again, about that, plumbing is lazy.
Okay.
So where your kitchen is, you'll often find your bathroom above.
Yeah.
So that's a clue to what side of the house you should be looking for your stopcock. So it's going to be somewhere near there because it wants to be right before your first appliance or your kitchen sink. So under your sink, maybe, in a cellar, under your kickboards. Those are the sort
There's
of places
no
to
one
look.
uniform place. Pamela says my stopcock is under my sink, but it's completely stuck. She's got no
Well, there's
chance.
nothing worse than a stiff
Stuck.
stopcock.
No. Can you imagine if you'd been asked to say that yesterday? There is. I'm with you, Hattie.
And I'll tell you how you can prevent that.
How do you prevent a stiff
You can
stopcock?
put if you put some white vinegar on it, that will clean the lime away.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's why I suggest that you turn it off and turn it back on again
To keep it
every
easier when
3
it's
months,
stuck.
and that will stop it from getting stuck.
So, Pamela,
Okay.
stick some white wine vinegar on your stiff stopcock, and then that will lubricate it up.
Yeah.
What about one of the people? Oh, Pam says our son had a kitchen disaster. They found the stopcock outside in the pavement.
Yeah, well, every house has that's like the utility company's stopcock.
Right. So that's
There should be one in the house as well.
Right,
But
okay.
if you can't find it because there's been some refurbs or whatever, a builder's gone on and, covered it over with some new appliances, new cupboards, then that's the next place to go.
Right. Okay. Well, let's talk about some problems that people have that are very common. Leaky faucets.
Right, well...
a leaky faucet. That's American for tap,
A
right?
tap, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I call it a tap.
Right, we do.
So, again, there is some very basic knowledge, okay? So a tap...
Yeah.
This is your basic screw down tap.
Yes.
Right? Because basically you screw it down.
As you're opening
and
and
off.
closing.
As you're
Yeah,
on
yeah,
and
okay,
off.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
that makes sense.
so this will have your bog standard washers inside, and there's a box of washers here
Yeah.
where with all different sizes in. Okay, now before you get to your tap, what's really, really useful again to have control over your plumbing is to be able to isolate that one tap.
Right,
So
yes.
you don't have to turn off all your water.
Yeah.
Just because one tap's dripping. So all of you, have a look out underneath your sinks, under your basin, under your toilet. You'll find something like this.
Yeah.
It's called an isolation valve.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
See,
Yeah,
it's
I've
the thing with the
recognised that. I've
screws,
seen
yeah?
them.
Yeah.
So you get a screwdriver.
Yeah.
Now, the secret is there's a slot there. That goes in the direction of the pipe.
Right.
That means it's open.
Okay.
Ah,
To turn it off, you go a quarter turn so that the slot is going
perpendicular to
across the pipe.
Yeah, like that.
That means it's off.
Nice.
So therefore, if you've got a dripping tap, don't turn off your whole stopcock. Don't
Yeah.
be without water or toilet.
Yeah.
Just turn off that.
The
If
isolation
you haven't got these fitted, get them fitted because they'll save you a lot of money in the long run.
So once
Amazing.
you've done the isolation valve, then what do you do?
Then you can take your tap apart.
Right.
So basically, you can unscrew that.
Which is the right on the top, with a little
right
cap
on the top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's a screw inside there. You pull that off. That will come off. And
New
then
washer.
inside there will be something that looks like this. So I said this is naked.
Right, yeah.
You'll undo the thing that looks like that.
Yeah.
A washer at the bottom will just pop off. It'll probably be in two halves or it'll be split or
Hence the
flat.
drip.
Just pop another one on,
Fix your bed up.
reverse,
And don't forget to turn the water back on.
and then turn it back on.
Okay, maybe
Easy.
I could even do that. Clogged drains, what about those? Because I've been reading about this and they say don't put those chemicals down the drain if you've got
Well, I'm not a fan of chemicals because what chemicals are supposed to do is they're supposed to eat stuff.
Right.
So basically what they do is they don't know the difference between plastic and grease. So they'll just eat the plastic. They'll eat the rubber seals. You can see
The
there's a rubber
pipes.
seal there.
Ah.
And there's a rubber seal on here.
Yeah.
So wherever there's a rubber seal,
It can degrade it.
it can degrade it. And that will mean, okay, so you'll get a quick fix.
Okay.
So if it's
But
blocked, what do we do then?
later, it will drip and you'll need to get this replaced. So this is under your sink, the trap, or U-bend, as you
U-bend,
like it, because it's a U shape. So basically, put your plug in, put a bowl underneath, because this is always full of water
Okay.
or rice. Then you just undo that and undo that. And literally, it will just, it's difficult without a sink attached, but there you go. Then you just, this is where all the muck and crap sits.
And you think that's often that can be rice?
Rice, grease, cooking grease,
Hair, whatever
hair,
it is.
especially on a shower
Oh, yeah.
or bath.
Yeah.
But the thing is, with baths and showers, you can't really get to them easily.
No, they're a bit more tricky.
But Hattie was saying if you pour boiling water down every couple of months, it will clear everything out the way.
Boiling water.
Yeah,
Couple
very
of kettles in quick succession.
What about boilers?
Yeah.
Pressure of boilers.
Helen's asked this. Low pressure. She's in a top floor flat. Can she improve the water pressure?
Water pressure, that is very much dictated by what comes into the building. That's the difference to boiler pressure.
Okay.
So that's something then that she needs to talk to her water supplier about. Okay, so when boiler pressure then?
So boiler pressure, most houses have combi boilers.
Yeah.
I can only have time to talk about that today, but you're looking for something that looks like this. It's a filling loop.
Okay.
What I would again suggest is that what you do with your filling loop, once you've identified it, is just have a play with these. That's on because it's going the same direction as the pipe. That's off.
Yeah.
So one of these might be more stiff than the other. Both of them have to be on in order for any water to flow. So don't worry if you only turn one on. I would get the stiffest one. In this case, it's that one. I'd leave that one on, then go to the other one, turn that one on, and watch your pressure gauge. There'll be a needle.
Oh, I see.
It'll go up to 1 is the best place for it to go to. Stop there. Then you turn that off. Then you turn that off.
Okay.
And that's your boiler pressure topped up
Okay.
to 1 bar.
And you can do that yourself?
You can do that yourself. And some boilers, they will turn themselves off if the pressure drops below a certain level. So you need to be able to do this because you don't want to call a plumber out to do that.
No, it's that
Simple
simple. Thank you for joining us this morning, Hattie. She's amazing. She started her own female company, Female Plumbers. Isn't that cool?
Very, very cool.
We also help women become plumbers.
That's brilliant.
Help women become plumbers.
She's going to be on my speed dial. Hattie. Hattie Stopcocks.
She can. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Dear Deirdre's going to be here right after this break to take all your calls this evening.
Thank you. I am taking